Hello everybody and welcome back to Starowies. So we are continuing on in this field where we've got the bales. I don't think we're going to get all these bales onto this trailer. We may get lucky and be able to put those last two over there onto the front and clear the field that way, which would be very, very handy. But yeah, so we're going to get these picked up and cleared, and then the next job after this will be to try finish the baling, which we have the small wheat field and the small oat field left to do. But by doing this now, at least we're sort of breaking the job up now, like into two smaller bits, instead of finishing the baling and then getting all this done. We also have the firewood that's been gathering up overnight, which that will be there'll be a nice bit of money in there. I think I had a quick look on the time-saving stock check, and just as we are now, there is £22,000 worth in there, which will be very handy, because I think it'll be a good idea to keep, well, looking through the tractors. We've got the last episode showed that we were very lacking in the horsepower department. So in there is a possibility of the Deutzfahr, which what was that now? Was that 230 horsepower, but it was £89,500. So I do think that would be very handy to get. Or there's the Challengers, which they are slightly cheaper when you upgrade the engine, but not by much. But with them being a base game, when you start the base games on Hutan Pantai or Riverbed Springs, I think you start with one of them anyways, so I'd rather try avoid them as best we possibly can. Anyways, that's my opinion on it. Right, we just narrow the tines up and get straight forward onto this. We should hopefully get this into the middle. But yeah, once these are loaded, we will then have to unload them into the yard, and then hopefully we can leave a fair few onto the trailer for when we go to sell. I know the pigs will want these, but I'm hoping they don't want this many, because there'll be a fair bit of money in here for us in the long run. And now the final two. So we get that one on there. We should be able to do this with the trailer on. I don't see why not. Drop that one there. This is really pushing the extent of my limits. I know that for certain. We get those two on, and now we can go to the farmyard and look at. Well, before we unload, I think I saw a comment on one of my videos about driving over swaths and I forget what the other one was, but owing someone a crate of beer, which I'm glad it's not crashes, otherwise I would be immensely poor all the time if I was to take them up on that offer. But we'll go to the yard, we will leave this there. I've already put the Volvo onto the baler, and then we can start baling in the two smaller fields, which shouldn't take us too long. That's nice to see. We've got two extra bales, and we should have, there's just a little bit here, if we get this little bit, I'm sure that was a bit, there we go, and then if we press O, we get a part bale, and then that should be the end of us using this baler. I think it'll definitely be something that in time to come we will look to buy. Here look, time saving stock check. So we've got £22,500 worth of firewood. But if we go onto here, vehicles, lease, so we'll return the baler, get that gone. Let's hope this traffic just clears enough for us to get across, and then we will jump back into the Fendt, and we might as well, whilst we're here, try and find, where did I put the cultivator? That will be, I think the old one before we sold it, we kept up here. Is it there? No? Right, I'll just have to try and find this now. Here it is, tucked up against the shed, hidden away from us. So we can get that on and get this ready, because we will, well, there's, what is there now? There's one, oh, we've got weeds here. But I don't know why, with the canola field, I won't be able to get rid of all them with my weeder in that canola field. So we may have to look at spraying them off. Because there's no point going over with our weeder first, then going over with the sprayer. But we will do, this will be one of the fields we will be cultivating today. I missed a bit of straw there. We'll be cultivating this one, and then there's that one there that needs cultivating. We may even take those birch trees down so it's ready to extend as and when we want to. But I would like to see, if we open this up, whether if we put the straw bales down here, will that mean that they'll take them, or do they need blowing in, or better yet, with a not a forage harvester, auger wagon, whether that's something that we have to use instead. But let's just see, this can be our test. Let's try not hit the door. I was thinking I should really set up, is it on YouTube Shorts, you can do like blooper reels. I thought that would be quite interesting. So are they going? No. Okay, we will try a bit further back. I don't have my interactive zone markers on, so I don't know. Right, I would say that is a no then to that idea. So I think it's best just to pick these up. We can leave them in the side of the shed here, just out of the way, and then we can look at unloading the rest, which I do need to think of which would be the appropriate shed to put the rest of these into for storage, because we need the trailer to sell this firewood. It will be a lot, oh, that's coming with me. To sell this firewood, I think it'll be a lot quicker and easier if we were to do it all, you know, just load the trailer up and take it that way. But we'll see, how many can we get on? Because you've got to go via the tops. Here, do you get, is it just anywhere? Okay, no, you do need to be somewhere near the top of these bags. Has that got one? Right, that's got one. Which is a bit interesting. I have to admit, I do like the thought of picking them up like this, but if they're on a pallet, that would make life a lot easier for us to do. But what price are we getting today? Because I think in the previous episode it was 1200. So we're 1270. So it's not a bad little price, especially for what it takes for us to do it. It isn't so bad at all. Let's go through. Where did I leave? There's the bale trailer. Whilst we've got this, we'll go gather up those. Oh, it's 3 bales. So we'll go gather up those 3 bales and bring them back. This should work. I've put that part bale on top, but it just all depends whether it's now too much. Oopsie. Take 2. Let's see. So we've got the tines properly. See, I'm still missing there. This is not a very good advert for front loader driving. Right, now we have all 3 bales, and we can just about lift them without the weight, which is quite reassuring then, because that's 10. Well, to be fair, there wasn't much in that part bale. I think there's only just over 1,000 litres, so we've got 11 and a bit thousand litres here. Now let's go try find the appropriate shed that we want to go put these into. I think at the top of the yard, because we don't seem to use, I think that one's empty. We did have all the front loader gear in there before we put it onto the tractor, when we took all the sprayers and so on off. We do have our fert and lime spreader though up here. So let's put these up here, and we'll have to see if there's a low cost straw blower for us to use, so that we can make sure that we're getting plenty of manure. Oh, wrong way, go back. I don't know why I always do that. I keep getting on the pedals. I don't know whether it's because you're talking, concentrate on sort of narrating what's going on, that you end up, well, at least I end up crashing a lot more than what I used to, and especially with reverse and forward, forgetting which feet I have the pedals on, which is a bit ominous for when I'm actually driving in real life on the roads. But we'll fill this up, and then this is all ready for our cultivate. There's already another bag of lime another bag of firewood has already appeared in that brief interim of us just taking that one. So fill that up with another. Whilst we're here, we will, I don't know how many we'll need, but if we buy another 4, that should keep us well and truly stocked up. Now let's unfold this, and I think we will start in this corner, considering we're here, and we will get this done. Well, I completely forgot we'd bought this in the previous episode, which is a direct drill. So those other 2 fields, when you look at what pigs need, they need a root crop. So either potatoes or sugar beet. And that also reminds me, when we go into, I got it wrong. Only slightly, but I still got it wrong. Where are we looking? Beet harvesters. So it's 4D modding that make these. It's not 3D, which I think I said. So obviously this is what we'll be looking to either buy or to lease for our sugar beet, which then it makes sense to do them into the smaller fields. So this field and that field I think are going to be grain crops, and then we may put into field 45. Oh, we've got these 2 here. So one of these may be a grass field. It's that, or we could go and buy that field, then we've got a grass field. But there is another crop type, alfalfa, so I would quite like to do a bit of that as well. But right now we've got our lime spreader, we can go, because I believe the correct way with lime is to apply it and then to turn the soil into it, so that it's mixing into the soil instead of just throwing it on top. So that could be, if I'm wrong, which I very well could be, it'd be interesting to hear people's thoughts, but that is my belief. So we can park this up here, so we're ready to go, and then I want to have a look at we need to get those 2 birch trees over there, that bush at the end gone, and we may have to just clear the tracks a bit so we can get the seed drill down. So this is one of the bushes in question, because they have a collision on them. So I'm hoping, is it going to show me the red mark? Because we do have the lumberjack mod. Is it going to show me? There we go. So we can just erase that, because there's nothing in that for us, because this will all be ploughed come next season. We might as well take these trees. There's not going to be much in the value of... Oh. Okay, that went. Well, I want this one. Are you going to let me cut it, or are you going to just delete it again? Rupert, okay, it's just deleting these, which is fine. Because from here downwards is where we're going to join these 2. And then we need to have a look at... That bush is fine. I hope we can get through that gap there. It'll be this bush wants to go. So we crouch down. Is it going to give us the red? There we go. So we can get rid of that one. And then I don't think there is any more. We will have to start taking some more trees out of here so that we can eventually get round to coming across this track and taking all that in. I think that'll be enough for now. And it may be of interest, is it worth merging these two together? Oh, we've still got chainsaw out. Which means taking this hickory out. Well, it's only one, but it should be too bad of a job. In the meantime, however, we will get this covered in lime. And that looks like we are the perfect distance. I'm so used to on Oakbridge Farm using a GPS, you don't have to worry about these sort of things, it just lines you up perfectly. Bigger job than what I thought it would be, but it was a good idea to make sure that we took 2 bags of lime with us. So we just have this little field here to do, and then I think that's all our fields done. So if we just leave this, because it's still, sorry mister, because it is still a stubble field, we can drive on this at the minute. So let's load this up and then we'll see where we are. If we still need some more, okay, we need to go get those other 2 bags. So I am just going to leave these 2 bags in here, because it should just be this full load that we've got in the back, and then that part bag of lime that we have there, that should be able to do that next field. And then we'll just drop this off now, because I'd like to try unload these bales. We'll fill that store up, and then it's a possibility for us to look at doing the firewood, loading that onto the trailer and getting that sold this episode. But let's just get this trailer in a better position, and we shouldn't need to get the rear weight for what we would like to do. We should just be able to lift them as we are. So let's get that on, and we'll pull it around the corner. Here should be adequate, and now we should be able to get, if we lift the front loader up. Oh, luckily there's no collision there, so we can get out, so we can get ourselves out like so. And then, will it be easier to do this in first person? Most likely. But first things first, let's get out and let's get all these straps off. There is a lot of straps on this trailer. They make sure that you do not miss a single thing. That one, is that all of them? No, there's one, a hidden one there. We'll get that one off, and then we'll try and make this as neat as possible. Those other 3 were a lot easier to put in. And there is a shed behind us somewhere, our pig shed. We don't want to go driving, knocking that down, do we? So these 2, we can butt these up against the back wall like so. Get them off. We now want to find a single, which it may be worth using these ones on the top here for the singles. So that's on. Let's get this put in. And then once we've done this, I think we'll look at drilling some wheat, which we can look if we have a look now onto the calendar, I don't know whether it's a custom calendar or anything of the like, but wheat. So we can, yes, so we can plant some wheat in, and we can also do some barley. Just the big field, I think, would be best going into. Better just take this one off. Oh no, we can get those two at the back there. We best put into that big field some barley, just so that we're not putting two of the same. Well, not going wheat after wheat, which you can do. You can do two wheats on a crop rotation, but I think if we do barley, and then we can make sure that's fully fertilised, because I would at some point like to look at getting. There's some small chicken coops, so it'd be quite nice to have a nice little small one in this Let's Play. And the final bale. That is on that line there. We can now get no more. Let's get the front tines up. So we've just started. I put 3 on that side and in there, which it's very, very tight. You're doing a lot of sort of shunting backwards. I better just lift those up so we don't hit our new fence. Let's get this back on, and where can we go? Right, we can go back. Alright, there's nothing in the way there. So for now, we can leave this here, and we can get into our Volvo, and this wants to be barley, because that was... Is it going to tell us? I'm sure this was the wheat field. Crop wheat, yes. So we want to be putting barley into here, and what's nice is we'll get our first fertiliser state. We don't want this either, because this is going to be in our way. So where is... There we go. Let's get this out. Just makes life a lot easier. I know we're taking bits off the map, but I know for myself I'd much rather they weren't there. So with this drill, I presume it is just drop it down like so and go. No? Do we need to turn it on? Drop down, go. There we go. I don't know what happened then. So anyways, we are drilling barley. All that's left to do now is to get these miss bits. Let's try not miss some there as well. I was trying to be really clever without using GPS to leave, to do sort of lines up, and I was ever so slightly off. Hence why I've missed just little slithers sort of here and there. It'll be interesting to see if I've missed anything else that's sort of hidden from us. So if we just stop here very quickly, let's go on to our map. And that is, well, it's saying I haven't, oh no, I'm not on the crops yet. Growth. So that is actually saying that I haven't missed it. But I would rather be safe than sorry. So I'm still, still got me drilled down. So we'll just get that bit. That's all that done. We can lift up. We'll get this bit and this other little bit, and then we'll call it a day for drilling. And then what we will do is we'll go jump back into the fence again. We'll load up with firewood, sell that, and then I think we will call it a day. Now this small bit, like so, and then we might as well go and take, because it'll be, let's just do this bit of a slalom. it will be these fields over here that we will look to drill into the next episode. So there's no point bringing this back to the yard. And I don't know whether... that's tighter than what I would have liked. I don't know whether it will be worth... I can't remember what I was going to say then. Who knows? That thought has completely slipped my mind. Let's get the Fent and we can load up with some firewood. Is it going to turn on? I did try put the setting on where if I just put my foot on the accelerator it would go, but for some reason then it didn't seem to want to play ball with me. So this just wants leaving here. It's a nice flat bit of ground and plenty of space for us to move around with. So reverse that to there. We can drop the trailer off, and I don't... Again, I've done it with the pedals. Oops. I don't know whether we're going to need a weight on here or not. I do know what will be very handy, which to help us out, is moving the combine out the way. We need to think and find a suitable place of where to put this, because it is just a bit large and our sheds are not. Okay, crashed into the door at pig sheds. Luckily we've got no pigs in there just yet. So I think we can just leave it here for now. We've moved the bales, so that's a good job done. Now let's find the Fent and let's load these up. Final one going in, and I have noticed something quite cool. I know it's a new feature to 25, but I haven't seen or used anything to do with it yet. So I am just going to have a quick little play once we've got this trailer on and have a look and see what you do, because I haven't done it, and it would be, well, it's always nice to use all the game's actual features. So if we hop out our front toolbox here, so how do I put that on there? How do I put it? R? No? No? I don't actually know how to do that. I, Q, Z, X. No. I don't know how you get that on there. Oh, that's annoying. I'll have to look into that, because that's quite cool that we can put the chainsaw on there, so when we go do our logging, so for clearing that, we can leave it there. F, no. Am I going to go through all the buttons now to see? Q, no. B, M, P, no, not P. O, I. Is it a shift? No. Alt, no. Well, I would say who knows, but I'm sure the majority of you do know, and it's just me that doesn't. But let's get this sold, and then that would be a very productive little episode. Let's just get rid of that menu there. So I'm hoping these won't sell individually and I can get them all sold at the same time. So pull into the trigger, L, all bar 1. So 12, there's 1,000. So we are, to finish this episode, we are up to 43,101. So I think that's been very, very productive. We'll just pull this into the shed and we make sure it's out the way first, and we can leave this just here. And then in the next episode we will look at drilling these two fields. We want to get those two drilled. We need to get this one sorted and then figure out what we're doing over here. I think field 1 wants to be sugar beet for when we eventually do get the pigs, and then these other ones want to be ones that we look at expanding the yard onto. That makes the most amount of sense. But how much is that? Oh, 120,600. to buy this construction site, and then the amount of money and materials that will go into this will be astronomical. But anyways, on that note, I just want to say thank you very much for watching. I hope you've all liked and enjoyed the video. Please do feel free to give a like and subscribe. It would be very, very much appreciated. In the meantime, bye for now.